Welcome back to Couche Car Garage, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I know I am, because I'm working on the 1998 Toyota Tacoma SR5 with that beautiful 3.4 V6 engine in it. Got a 5-speed manual to boot. And we're going to be changing out some oxygen sensors, some O2 sensors that exist on either side of the catalytic converter. I do have a cat leak as well, so I got one of those on order. That'll be a future video. Picked these up on Amazon in a pair for pretty cheap. Looks like they're both the long wire variety, which is great. And let's see, what kind of codes have I been throwing? P0135, oxygen sensor heat circuit. P0130, another circuit. P0133, O2 sensor circuit slow response. And then a P0135 sensor heat circuit. And I think the first or second time I ran it, I had a lean condition code as well, which all says that something's wrong with our O2 sensors. They look old as shit, so that does not surprise me. And if you're running a lean condition, that means, well, that can mean a couple of different things, but in regards to your O2 sensor, if you're running lean and everything else checks out in your vehicle, then your computer is likely dumping an excessive amount of fuel down the gullet of your engine to compensate because your O2 sensor is not reading it correctly. That checks out for me because it's a high mileage truck, but I'm getting 10 miles per gallon, and I have 265 70R 17 tires on there. They're not huge, so I should be getting better than that. And dumping a ton of fuel down the gullet of the engine would speak to that. So I'm going to go ahead and change these out. The only thing that you're going to need is a socket, a ratchet of some sort. My size is 13, but I don't have the original bolt, so I don't know what size yours is going to be, but mine's 13. I'm going to use this power ratchet made by Milwaukee. Thing works great. The front O2 sensor that goes before the cat converter kind of looks like a pain in the ass to get to. The clip is up on the top side of the transmission. So I think what I'm going to do is pop this out first, loosen up those two bolts, take the O2 sensor out, and then pull it down to the other side, and then maybe I can get my hands in there and release that clip. I'm going to put a little dielectric grease on here before I install for a nice insulator, and should be pretty straightforward. Did not come with any gaskets, so I'm going to check the condition of the gaskets on there. They're probably crap. I don't have time to go get new ones, so I'm going to use some red RTV sealant, which you can use on exhaust manifolds even, and we'll hope for the best there. All right, guys, let's get to it. Oh, good, that was barely on. Watch the gasket. Go ahead and scrape that off with a brush here. Try to clean that up. Try to feed that through here. Ah, yes. And a little screwdriver or something, or pick. Let's see. Oh, nope, got her. Perfect. And the new one is even longer than the old one, so that is good. Make sure to take off the little plastic thing here. We get some dielectric grease. Hear that click. Toss it back over the transmission. Make sure to get it hung up on everything on the way. Alright, make sure it fits. That fits. Go ahead, and I'm going to try not to overdo it because I don't want to clog up my brand new sensor. So I'm going to do a nice light layer. Hopefully that's not too much. Put that on. Cap our RTV sealant. Grab our washers. Do a little hand tighten. And this unit does 35 pounds, so it should be enough. I'll grab a hand ratchet and cinch that down a little better. What do we got? Does that have to be tight? Oh yeah, that has to be tight too. So I'm going to back that off and then tighten this up first. Okay, pulled the back off, tightened it right there on that base there, and that cinched it to the plate. And then I went ahead and reinstalled it. That one is good to go. This one should be much simpler. So let's go ahead and take it off. I was gonna say that gasket looked like it was good for a sec. Go ahead and seal this one up here. Desert. Come on. Oh, got some dirt in there. Let me get a pick. Get that debris out of there. go ahead and hand cinch that. We'll wait for the RTV to set up, and I'll start it up, clear the codes, should be good to go. So they gave you two long ones here. I can probably zip tie this up a little bit here so it's not dangling so much. Tuck it, I don't know. I'll do something. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to hand tighten this, make sure it's all cinched down, and we'll wait for that RTV sealant to seal up, do its thing, cure, then we'll start it up, clear the codes, see if they come back. Okay, got my little scan tool plugged in, ready to erase there. Just an OBD2. We'll go ahead and erase. Yes. And erase is done. Check engine light. It's off. Cool. Well, I'm going to go take it for a little spin and see what happens. See if we get the light to come back on. Alright, right off the bat, engine light is not coming back on, but I can feel a much better throttle response, which makes sense because that's your O2 sensor. It's trying to figure out what your air-fuel ratio is. If it doesn't know, then it's not going to give you the right amount to give you performance. Woohoo! Oh, shit. Yeah. Battery died on me when we were cruising around. Alright, I'm going to call that a success. Pretty easy installation. I'll put a link in the description for the sensors. And yeah, that no check engine light, better throttle response. I imagine the fuel economy is going to go way up because I was down to 10 miles per gallon. I knew something was wrong because these Yodas should be getting a lot better than that. Also, the exhaust smells a little better as well, so it's cleaned up quite a bit. So I suspect I am not dumping nearly as much fuel down the engine as I was before. So hope you got something out of this. Hope it helped you out in some way. Hope you found it entertaining. Subscribe for more videos just like this because we got a lot to do on this Yoda. So we got the catalytic converter coming. I have a new suspension, new 2.5-inch leaf springs coming, some little helper springs coming, a 3-inch lift kit coming. It already has a 2.5, but we'll throw in another 3 because they're super cheap on these trucks for Pig, the Alaskan Overland rig. My dually right there, 3-4-inch lift is like $2,000. For this truck, it's $80. So like, yeah, that's gonna be cool. Got mud tires on the way. That should be coming in early next month. And oh, and I got some sleeves to weld on to this frame. It's in pretty okay condition, but she got a little crunchy with all this exhaust leak and stuff over the past couple of years. So I'm gonna weld on a new sleeve on the midsection, that little transitional section that goes up to the bed, which will also replace the spring mount. And then I got another section for the bed railing itself there. So that'll make it nice and strong. And then this next summer, I'm going to do some engine work, replace the timing belt. It's got about 90,000 miles on it. It's been 14 years since it's been changed. And I'm going to pull the heads, change the gaskets and the bolts, and we're going to do some porting work. I'm going to port the throttle body, the intake, the heads, and the exhaust manifolds, and then I'll look at the other piping and see if that can be lined up any better. But gonna do it all, and then plus accessories and cool off-roading stuff. This is gonna be a fun trail truck. Also have interior stuff. That window doesn't roll up, so I got a new actuator to install there. Already installed fun little things like that little lock. This new console door. Sewed this thing on it, make a video on it. I just did it. Just nice leather. Look at those stitches. Old home ec in middle school paid off. Anyways, we got a lot to do on this old trail rig. Oh, I got some sweet projector lights headlight assembly that came in that I got installed as well. New shocks and back. And then plus the stuff we've already done on here. I've already did the front 2.5-inch lift rough country struts and ball joints. And we've done brakes and done spark plugs, wires, did an air filter. I don't think I recorded the air filter, I just did that though. Yeah. If you're into old Gen 1 Toyota Tacomas, this is the place to be. And don't worry, old LB7 guys, I'm still working on pig as well. I just needed a little something to offset pig. Little mini truck, got a big pig. I got the matching set. All right, guys, got to get out of here and do something else. Have a good day.